ever get jitters? Here you are, we're 48 hours out. Do you get jitters on your first game of each season as you get into this thing?
Absolutely. You know, it's amazing. I played for 12 years, and I've coached now going in my 37th season, and it's always the same. Butterflies are always there. You kind of hate them to a certain degree, but you also know they're there because you're getting ready to go into war, go into a battle, and I guess if you didn't have them, that would be a worse case scenario. So, yeah, it never changes. In fact, it pretty much doesn't change for any game, you know, and no game is different than the other. I mean, in other words, national championship versus Rose Bowl versus the opening game, yeah, some of them mean more than others, but it's a game. You want to win the contest, and you want to be as prepared as you can. Hope your guys are as prepared as they can be, and so, yeah, I think that comes with it.
You ever want that extra day and you go, oh man, maybe I forgot to do something, or we need more practice doing this? Do you ever wish that you had that extra day or that extra time?
Oh, I'd be lying if I didn't say throughout the years I wish we had some more time, but in this particular case, no. I just think the guys are ready to play, and I'm excited to watch us play on Saturday.
Talk about that. You got Arkansas State coming in. You've been practicing now for 3.5 weeks. How excited are you to see the readiness of this defense?
Very excited. You know, I think that we've had a really good camp. I know that we've had a lot of praise, so-called accolades or praise come our way. I'm a show me, show me. That's great that we're getting it. I'm not deflecting it, but at the same time, I'm excited to see what we're all about on Saturday night, and it's all about showing and doing it. It's not about what people think you might be. It's the bottom line is, do you get it done?
Let's go position by position. First of all, your secondary, very young last year. How far have they come this year?
Well, I think they've made great strides. I hope they stay in that mode. With Mitchell, Hill, and Ifo having played a lot of football at corner for us last year as freshmen, that crew's better. Boyette, being a seasoned safety, is an incredible player. We lost Eddie Pleasant, but I think either Brian or Avery or Dargan, they'll all be ready to step up for the task. And so I feel good about the secondary. I feel really good about the secondary.
I know the guys that are getting a lot of attention are your linebackers, led by Kiko, of course, and Michael and Boseko. Talk about those guys for a moment. How far have they come? And they're going to be, I think, a stabilizing presence this year as well.
I think that first group is and again, we got to do it on the field, but I think that first group is as good a group as we've had in a long time, or as comparable with any group we've had. Again, yeah, I love them. They look good. I'm curious to see what we do on Saturday, but that's a good group.
D-line. How far has Eric Armstead progressed in his camp, true freshman? And you've got some changes on the D-line this year.
Yeah, I got a great D-line coach. I got great coaches all over the place, but our D-line will be ready. Taylor Hart, Wade Kilakipi, Ricky Amuli, Isaac Remington, Deion Jordan, and Tony Washington. If I'm missing somebody, they've played some football for us in some big games. And now we've added DeForest Buckner and Jared Ebert and Eric Armstead to the mix. That's 9 pretty good football players.
You're going to face this fast-paced offense from Gus that you saw a couple of years ago. You haven't seen probably a lot of tape because Arkansas State doesn't have any with this coaching staff. How do you approach that?
We've pretty much looked at Auburn offensively and Arkansas State for personnel.
And that's it.
Yeah.
What do you know about their personnel? I know Applin's a pretty good quarterback, a dual-threat quarterback. Doesn't have a lot of size, but what kind of arm does he have?
Whenever you have a returning quarterback, a guy that started for a couple of years, and this guy threw for 3,500 yards, and it sounds like he's a real winner and is a sharp kid. I always have a lot of respect for those kind of guys, and I think this guy's a really good quarterback. I think he's a talent. Just happens to play at a smaller school, so to speak. I think their starting running back was at Tennessee.
He was.
And they have a couple of receivers. One, I think, is from Oklahoma. They have some talent, and kind of the mantra is respect all, fear none. We have a standard with which this thing should look like on Saturday night, and hopefully it meets our expectations. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It's a faceless opponent, whether it's Arkansas State or USC, and obviously you know who you're playing, but the bottom line is, can we go from good to great? Can we be as good as we could possibly be on Saturday night?